Well, hello there. Are you ready for love? We're painting a really kind of cool Valentine's card today. I go over this step by step to create a really different, unique design. Super easy though. Really easy, really simple, and what a great effect. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you're a Patreon member, you get the additional tutorial. Woo! It comes right here. And if you want to be a Patreon member, click the link in the description box below. So, I hope you enjoy this one. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, to start, we're just going to go over some supplies. I have 4x6" piece of Arch 100% cotton cold pressed paper here. I got a flat wash brush, 3/4 inch. It's by Princeton. It's a Velvet Touch series. I'm going to use my number 8 round Velvet Touch series brush. Just draw a simple heart right in the middle. Right, and we're going to play with doing some flowers on this first. Maybe some simple roses. I'm going to grab my bright rose from Holbein. Going to mix with a little cadmium red light. Get like a nice mixture of a pink color. I have this red color called Pyro Rubin. Put that over here. And I have magenta, quinachradone magenta, which is a nice magenta. I'll just put a little bit back here. Squeeze it back there and grab that too. There we go. So take it like you can mix colors, you can mix together. If you ever seen me do roses, I'm going to probably link some in here. You just do like these, almost like a C shape. So you're basically taking your brush, mixing up the paint so you can move it, not super loose though, right? Curve like a C, then a backwards C, and up here, these little C shapes, just like that. I'll do another one here in the middle. See how the paint's kind of really dark and thick? And a little one here, and I'm kind of doing in the middle and off to the side. Right, and then we're gonna clean off our brush. We'll still have water on our brush. And then we're just gonna push the brush down on the sides like this, and we make that flower a little bit loose. You can tap some of the paint in the middle and on the edge. Same thing here. And that's how you make a nice, simple, loose rose. Just like that. And you keep the color dark in the middle. If you want to lift out some of that color and tap it on your paper towel, you can do that. And if you really want to make it loose on the edge, go like this. And then we have some loose kind of flowers happening, right? Now, I'm going to take, I know I'm a little crazy, the pink here. This is it's like a different color. Here we go. Mix it with that red, so you get this like blushy pink here. I don't know, this is kind of a purple pink. I might go back and just keep using that. Use whatever color you want. Or you can use even the red. I might just use the cadmium red light too. I'm trying to think which color I like. I think the cadmium red light. Mix with just a little bit of this color. I really like the red and the pyro red. Yeah, I'm playing around with this color. All right, we're gonna fill in. There's a little outline of the heart. So I mixed the pyro with the cadmium red light. I know, I was thinking out loud. Look at that, I'm outlining this heart. And grab this brush, I'm gonna kind of fill it in. There's a method to my madness always. Fill it in. Oh, Ellen went outside the lines. Oops. Can always just fix that, who cares? Parts don't have to be perfect. I'm filling that in, kind of going around our little lovely roses. Look at that. I'm going to get a little bit more Pyro Rubin in here. A little thicker. So I'm kind of fill it in here a little bit. Now I'm going to let this seep in the paper a little bit. And then I'm going to do this technique that I love to do, where I kind of take some water and I kind of mush the paint. I don't say mush it, but I kind of am lifting the paint, erasing the paint, and you create this really kind of cool soft effect. Now, why would I paint the flowers first and then do this? Because why not? Let's just play around with adding flowers We could add some flowers also on the side over here. So maybe use the rose kind of color. Do the same thing with the, what we did here with the roses. We could add some out here. Little C's. And I'm just going to put some water, kind of mush this. It might get totally erased, it might not. And the pyrrole. But sometimes it's kind of cool. We'll see what happens. Now, I'm not going to add leaves now because with green and red, it's going to make brown. I might add them at the end. I don't think I'm going to add something up here. My composition, making it a little funky. Just a simple flower kind of happening up here. Same thing, leaving that space. All right, now the paint is kind of seeped through to the paper. And I'm going to grab water on this flat wash brush. Fair amount of water on here. And now I'm just going to kind of go like this, back and forth. Going with my brush, tap it on a paper towel. Same thing. I'm kind of erasing what I put down. I know, I'm a little crazy that way. But it's going to come out really cool. I hope. But look at that. It does. Doesn't it look cool? And you don't have to do much to this. It doesn't take much to make it look cool. And I'll add a little water here. Lift up. I taped it on the corners just so I can hold it down a little bit. And just kind of fill that in. And still leaving that like center. Look. Gotta go in here and fill that in. Doesn't that look cool? Now you can go back in and add that thicker pyrrole. It's erased a lot. You can kind of play with that. I love the way it looks though. Now I'm going to lift this up. I don't want that corner just being white. Isn't that fun? Simple card. You're basically painting. I'll add some pink in here now. I'm going to twist my brush with some of these colors. I lost my flowers, but I don't mind. Adding a little pink texture, kind of twisting my brush here. And I can go back and add some of that pyrrole. Deep, thick red. Kind of on one side and leave the other side kind of erased a little bit. I know, madness. I might even go in and really kind of just erase this section around it. So I'm lifting, taking the paintbrush, lifting the paint and tapping back on the paper towel. I've kind of mushed my flowers out here on the edge. Erase, lift. You're playing with this kind of like, what happened to that heart? See? Cool, right? I went like that. It's just a different look than your average heart. And we'll go back and kind of fix the edge a little bit. I'm going to twist some pyrrole here. Pyrrole magenta. Twist. Lost our flower a little bit. Twist. Kind of play with that. Texture. Have fun. Sometimes the brushes do this thing where it separates the bristles. It kind of drives me nuts, but I do want that white area there. I'll lift that back up. Lost my little flower, but that's okay. Clean up the edge around this heart. I like the bottom being whooshed away. And there you go. It's just a different look. Right? Maybe you want to go like and remove some of this. Don't go too crazy because you don't want to wreck your paper too much. Lift a little bit. I'm going to lift until I feel like I'd like it. Yeah, it's kind of funky. I don't mind it at all. we'll let that dry a little bit, you know, and then you could also play with lifting the flower area. I'm going to go back and use my stiffer brush. Some water. Play with this a little bit, lifting this little area. You can go back and add some color too. And I feel like I'm going to add some leaves in a second. Add my roses back in here that I've kind of lost. This part can just be a little bit mushy. Again, just playing with this whole idea of just kind of taking the flowers and erasing them a little bit and leaving the heart. Right? And I could just go back in again with my Pyro Ruben. I lost some of the heart that I liked to do. A little bit of this kind of like movement. Sweet, isn't it? Just looks a little different. Has a fuzzy look on the edge here. If you want to clean it up, do that. Like I said, playing with this. It's just a different way, and it's really, how long did that take you? It's just really kind of a cool look, isn't it? You could go back in here, like I said, and erase that edge. If you want just like a soft, where happened to my heart? Remember, you don't want to do this too much. Yeah, now I like that. I like how that came out. Cool, you just play with moving the brush like that a little bit. I love playing with my paint. Makes me happy. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry, and maybe it'll add a little feel like some greenery around our heart flowers, and then we're good to go. So for the green paint, I've mixed cadmium yellow deep with some Prussian blue and a little bit of burnt umber to get this nice deep green. You can just take a little bit more yellow and remove some of that, and you have a lighter green, so you have two tones happening here. And the consistency, you know, it's a little bit like milk to cream, so you're moving it around, but it's not super loose. And where you have your lovely flowers, you can just kind of throw in, just push down and pull back some lovely green leaves, right? Or you don't have to do that at all. Just putting a few in here, add a little bit of dark ones, variety. Take the tip, bring down some stems. Same thing over here. And we can kind of mush those now that the red is done. You don't want to do this when it's not, when we're doing the red, because it, like I said, it will turn to brown, and then you'll be sad and sorry and be like, what happened, Ellen? It's disgusting. It looks very mushy. I'm doing little stems here, wiggling out, and put some stems here. Look how simple and cute that looked, right? Just with the little stems. So same premise, because maybe it's a juxtaposition of the seriousness of those leaves I don't like. We'll take a little bit of the water, just kind of play with kind of erasing them a little bit so it makes sense with the picture. I'm just tapping and kind of tapping back on my paper towel, and it has that soft look. You put it down, you tap back. So it's going to get kind of erased a little bit, but I'm going to add some yellow in here. But not by much. I'm going to play with that. Oops, I don't like that yellow in there. I'm going to erase that big time. Don't like that. Okay. And then this side, you can kind of play with adding a little bit of leaves. Whoops. I don't like that either. I got a little wild there. Kind of fun, right? If it's like here, I'm just kind of erasing the bottom a little bit. Clean it up on the edge. And now you have a kind of a really cool and different and unique card. I might take my liner brush. Of course, here it is. Just to add nice little skinny, like little wiggles. Oops, still wet. So just want to tap that for a second. A couple little lines going out here, wiggles. I'll let some of this dry a little bit, and then I'll grab my yellow. Again, you can just do some like little wiggles. Skinny brush, kind of fun, cute. I don't know if I like this little line that I mushed up. You can play around with whatever you have. I'm always going to erase just a little bit of that. See if I like that. It's not too bad. Go back in and add a leaf. I think it looks cool. It's different. And then you can just mount it on, oops, excuse me, wonderful red cardstock. And look how beautiful that card is. Super nice, super different. You know, write some words up here and here. Just a unique way to do a Valentine's card that's not like everybody else's Valentine's card. Play with the, this technique of like lifting and moving the paint around, and you come up with some really unique designs. You could do a bunch of different hearts this way, just do flowers this way. I'm just giving you some really cool ideas to play with for a greeting card. So I hope you really enjoyed this. I think it's really beautiful, a lot of fun. And like I said, if you're a Patreon member, you get the additional one with the little cute little hearts and like the landscape, and I go with that one. And if you want to be a Patreon member, click the link in the description box below. Click on that. You can join and cancel anytime. We have lots of perks there. I just started adding Paint My Photo for the one of the weekly exclusive tutorials. So Patrons get a chance to post a photo, and I pick from one of the photos and I paint the photo. So I hope you enjoy it. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.